my time to shine, and he took over. He got it, splash! And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Saturday night, 7 o'clock, and the gym is jumping for one of the best games of the day as part of the Gotta Get It Classic. The reigning champs in D2, the Abes of Warren Lincoln, go up a level. They punch above the weight class and take on the very talented Wildcats of Grand Rapids Northview, one of the very best teams in all of the state of Michigan. Evan Stockton, Sam Stickday with the rest of our great crew. Stick, this has the potential to be the best game of the day. Warren Lincoln loaded with talent. Grand Rapids Northview has a couple of guys who are going to play Division I basketball. What's the scout on these two teams?
Well, you talk about a battle of matchups. You know, they talk about in boxing how styles make fights. This is going to be a stylistic fight right before our eyes here. And when you talk about Northview, you're starting off with one guy. That is Brady Swartz. He's kind of their Mr. Do-Everything. We like to say, as he goes, they go, if you want to use that cliche. And then you flip on over to Warren Lincoln. They have the pedigree, like you mentioned, state champs last year. But they don't play with a big. They kind of play a different style of basketball. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Northview counters Warren Lincoln.
So Northview's interesting. They've got Cam Ryans, who's very talented. He's got offers from Michigan State, Marquette. He's going to go play at a Power 4 team somewhere. Number 0, the junior. They also have Swartz, as you're talking about. I do wonder if either of them have an off night, who the third option would be for Grand Rapids Northview, because there's not a third true scorer for that team in what? We'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out tonight. But, you know, when you have Batman and Robin, you really only need one of them to show up on a given night, and they can solve the crime.
Here's your starting 5. Watch out for Izzy Hadaboo, number 12, right in the middle. He is very, very talented. And that starting 5 for Warren Lincoln, anchored by the Blackwell twins and Gian Hutchins, a very talented transfer from Oak Park, who's playing college ball at Northern Iowa. Off we go in game 5 of the day, maybe the very best of the day. This is Marcus Blackwell on the drive, met down low. Strong start defensively for Northview.
Yeah, and that's the guy you were just highlighting, Izzy. He's got that long 6'6" frame.
He's one of those guys who looks a lot bigger than that. Drive right to the rim. Cam Ryans, the game's first bucket.
And you could just see the size of Northview already coming into play. Nobody can stop Cam Ryans going down the lane.
That is a junior who looks a little older and a little bigger. Long rebound right to him. He wants to push. He's got it to Brady Swartz. Up. Oh, roll off. He is going to go to the line. He absorbed the contact from Demarion Bozeman.
And early in this game, you could tell Northview what they want to do. They just want to run.
Yeah.
they get the rebound, and they are pressing you. And so far, quick, easy looks. And here you go, some free throws coming.
This man, Brady Swartz, can fill it up. 6'7" senior, bound for Western Michigan next year, where he'll play with his former teammate here at Northview. Cam Ryan's older brother, EJ, is one of the guards for the Broncos this year. Lydell Henry is an outstanding coach, 7th year, got Warren Lincoln to the promised land last year, and they've played some tough competition this year, Stick. Their 3 losses are East Lansing, Byron Center, and Brother Rice.
They do not shy away from anybody either. That's what I love about their program.
Moses Blackwell takes his turn. This is Hutchins on the drive through a little contact. He got it, go to the line.
And already a little different feel than the game we just saw with Brother Rice. I mean, these guys are driving the lane. The officials are making some calls, and it's physical early here.
You know, this tournament for Warren Lincoln means a lot. They were in the Gotta Get It Classic last year. They beat Grand Rapids Christian on a buzzer-beating 3. They later would play Grand Rapids Christian in the state title game and beat them. And they actually talked last year at the Breslin Center about how this win in the Gotta Get It Classic really gave them the confidence to go all the way.
And that's why you take all comers early in the season, right? You hopefully down the road you have some experience against them and you get to use it in a state championship quality game.
1 and 2 at the line for Hutchins. You can tell both these teams still feeling each other out early on. Ryan's got it down deep. Jake Johnson, nice finish.
So far, Cam Ryan's filling up the stat sheet. He's got a steal, he's got an assist, and he's got a bucket.
See what the counter is for the Abes. Bozeman, the uber athletic guy, got blocked. There he is again. Ryan's on the run. Slicing to the rim for two. Leak out on the other end. Abes are going to get a foul. Anthony Willis forced to foul Moses Blackwell.
Yeah, Blackwell, very smart play there, too. Not going straight up with the ball. A little pump fake, get the defender in the air. But here you get a look at Cam Ryan's, once again, just blazing down the lane, this time with the left hand.
Every time he gets downhill so far in this game, I keep thinking he's a bowling ball with the way he's built and how powerful he is.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks like a strong, put-together young man. And that speed, when he gets dribbling that basketball, he's faster than most guys without the basketball.
It's David Chana, the head coach for Grand Rapids Northview, his 6th year, and he's been racking up a lot of wins. Right now, he's got to be happy with the way this game is going. We're not even a couple of minutes in, and Warren Lincoln behind the 8 ball early.
This is the mismatch that they keep going to.
Adamu gets it to Swartz. Anthony Willis into the starting 5 tonight for Northview. Adamu for Swartz. Up and good. It's just too easy right now for Northview.
And very patient on the offensive end and moving the basketball side to side.
Follow. Rebound loose. Scooped up by guess who? Cam Ryans.
There you go. Add a rebound to that stat sheet.
I believe the appropriate term is stat sheet stuffer. Swartz on the take. Got blocked. Bozeman sent it back. Abe's on the run. Hutchins rolled in.
A good strong take by Hutchins there. He had a defender, and we've been talking about Cam Ryan standing underneath the hoop, but it did not intimidate him from going up strong.
Keep in mind, too, the way this tournament's set up, teams having to play right after just playing a couple of days ago. Northview won yesterday. Lincoln won a couple of days ago. Ryan's another rebound on the Marcus Blackwell miss.
And another thing of note is the shot clock in this tournament.
It sure is.
You know, you talk to all the coaches about it. Every coach seems to love it. Yeah. Every fan seems to love it. State of Michigan, let's get it together.
Your lips to God's ears. Cam Ryans again, give him 6 already.
6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist already.
That'll work. Bozeman got the roll. That man is athleticism.
And what you're not seeing a lot of this game is mid-range jumpers or three-pointers being taken. Both teams attacking the rim, getting in the paint, and there you see just the long, beautiful extension.
Bozeman got that second foul on Willis, so he's going to the bench. Jake Johnson is out too. It's not a huge bench for Northview. They did get Jake Van Pruyen into the game. He's been a starter at times this year.
Yeah, Bozeman knocking down that free throw. You wonder if that's going to get him going as a scorer. He had 23 points against Brother Rice, so you know he can fill it up once he sees it goes in.
Guy who actually started his high school career at St. Mary's. Swartz, tough catch. Roll off, but got a foul. Once again, Stick, here we go. Everyone is getting this thing inside.
I mean, we are 4 minutes into the game, and we've already had 8 fouls, and that's to do with the type of play that's being played. Look at this strong take once again, forcing the contact. No one's shying away in this game.
That last one was on Chris Morgan, his first. One more coming for Swartz, who's going to Western Michigan last year. He's part of a Swartz basketball dynasty at Northview. His older brother Parker played hoops there. Swartz dropped 50 in a game earlier this year. He can light up pretty much at a moment's notice.
And, you know, when we talk about that in high school basketball, I think a lot of people miss that they're 8-minute quarters. He only had 32 minutes to put up 50 points.
You got to do all your work in a short amount of time. You got to be efficient. You got to be efficient. Hutchins missed it. Ryans cleared it and got fouled. That's a second foul on Chris Morgan in 20 seconds.
Yeah, once again, big physical play in the lane. It's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. You know, fouls are going to be something that we're talking about in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah. And remember, too, they took away the 1-and-1 in high school a couple of years ago. So getting to the line now, you don't have to worry about, oh, gee, if we miss the front end, we're not shooting anymore.
Yeah, I love that, you know, especially for high school kids. It does take away some of the pressure of that 1-and-1, but I'd like to see the 1-and-1 in the pro level.
It would make the end of games very interesting. I'm with you.
And they're pros.
Hutchins battling for that rebound. They say it's out of bounds off Jimmy Williams for Lincoln. Man, they keep getting down deep, but a cold shooting start for the Abes. They're just 2 of 9.
Well, you don't really see them running a half-court offense, right? It's rip the rebound down and drive as fast as you can. Hopefully you get some contact or you make a layup. So they're not really running a half-court set, and that's been aggressive for them. It's working. And if that's what got you here, you don't go away from it, right?
Northview's pretty much led this game from the beginning. Swartz step into it. Rebound and a reload for Northview. That was Charity who cleaned it up.
The shot clock did not reset.
It's at 10. Ryans bullies his way in. Bozeman got the rebound. And here's that push Stick was talking about. Blackwell. A little strong, and the rebound to Hadabu.
Yeah, Lincoln just plays kind of a helter-skelter kind of offense. I mean, I like it. I really haven't seen them play too many times, so it's been fun to kind of get to know them on this first quarter, too.
Swartz. Bozeman battling for it. Hadabu got it. Swartz will try again and miss again. We got a tie-up down low. The Arrow's going to keep it with Northview. They're bringing the fight to the Abes early on.
And Bozeman is doing a good job down low by not letting them get the contact. You could see Swartz kind of leaning in, trying to get that contact from you, pulling away. You throw him off a little bit more. So he's done a good job avoiding those fouls down low.
Yeah, Swartz does have 5 points, but a bunch of missed shots. You can tell he's not 1,000% comfortable. Halfway down and out for Cam Ryans. Tough break. Here's Bozeman. Got by his defender and finished. Off to the line he goes.
Man, you could see his eyes light up the second he came across half court and just lulled his man to sleep, then blew right by him with that left-handed dribble. And look at, he went on the right side, was able to extend and lay it in, this time finishing with the left hand. That is a polished player.
I know there's still 2 minutes and change to go in this quarter, Stick, but if I'm Lincoln, right, their 2 big players coming in are the Blackwell twins. They've combined for 1 point. If Bozeman hits this free throw, it's a 3-point game. They're right in this thing.
Yeah, and that's, you know, you could feel good about that, right? Okay, we're down, but our guys haven't gotten going yet.
Of course, Bozeman missed the free throw. Broadcaster's jinx, I apologize. It's undefeated. Ryan's got trap but found Hadabu.
Yeah, they're running the double team at Ryans now every time he has the ball.
Swartz got a foul. If they get Bozeman, that would be a problem because that would be the second on the biggest player that Warren Lincoln has. That is his second foul.
Well, once again, you see Swartz forcing that contact on that replay. This young man is just seeking it out almost.
One more coming for Brady, who may have the best hair that we've seen all day. That is hockey level flow. That is good hair from Brady Swartz at the free throw line.
Get a nice look at the You Gotta Get It crowd. Lots of people. This gym is packed out. It's been packed out all day long, too. What a tremendous job they do here. We were talking about just the efficiency of fitting all these games in. There's no layover. There's no dragging between games. It's just, if you want to see great high school basketball, come here for the day.
Got to imagine there's a few people trying to get here early for the nightcap. St. Mary's, East Lansing. One of those teams, if you didn't pick St. Mary's before the season to win the state title, you probably picked East Lansing.
Yeah, it could be a preview of what we see at the Breslin Center, depending on how the matchups go. But, yeah, anytime you can get those types of preeminent matchups, it's fun to get in the building. St. Mary's playing off of IMG, the #1 team in the nation. They lost to at Oakland University earlier this week.
You were there for that St. Mary's IMG game, and it was a great game. St. Mary's ends up losing close. Do you think St. Mary's takes away positively from that close loss? Do you think they're more frustrated that they lost a game that was in their hands?
I think it depends on what half you look at. If you look at the first half, St. Mary's could take a ton of positive things away from it. You look at the second half, there's really not a ton you can write home about.
Julian Charity lost the ball. Blackwell, the theft. Now Moses on the run. Shot fake, Marcus. Rebound, Charity.
That was a great pump fake by Marcus Blackwell to get himself open. Unfortunately, couldn't take down the shot.
Ryan's drive kick. Charity three, good in the corner.
But that was all created by Ryans and his penetration.
You've been on that all game, the way he's affecting every single part of the game for Northview. Marcus Blackwell will try again. That's a corner kick. That's a three that's no good.
But that was really the first time you saw from Lincoln like an inside-out game, driving and kicking. And here you go.
Ryans off to the line. When that guy gets downhill, get out of the way. There is just some ferocity coming right at you.
And I don't know what you do if you're Lincoln. I'm looking at the floor and who's on it right now, the size, the speed, the athleticism. Who's going to keep up with this guy? So you either got to start running the double team at him or just clogging the lane knowing that he's coming down every single time.
There's a few people who just realized they're on the big board. Hello.
An Alex Westfall specialty.
Are there a few things in sports that make people happy more than realizing they're on the Jumbotron?
That and T-shirts.
Yes, I was going to say that.
T-shirts.
Read my mind. There are few things human beings love in this world. I don't think there's anything you love more than a free T-shirt. Hutchins brick, and it's out of bounds off of Lincoln. A little danger spot here. Northview up by 7. Still about a minute to go in the quarter.
Yeah, it's a good possession for Northview. You know, you got, what, 2-3 possessions left in this first quarter, and as you can see, they're going to be very deliberate with this and make sure that they grind this clock down.
It's an experienced team. Couple of junior starters, couple of senior starters. This is the senior. Swartz got sent away. Hutchins sent it back. Got it back. And got stopped. Blackwell spinning, driving, getting blocked again. Looked like he had an open teammate down low, never saw him, and it ends up being Northview ball.
Yeah, and that's been the problem, just not a lot of assists and not a lot of cutting without the basketball. You've seen a lot of standing around for Warren Lincoln and then dribbling a little bit too much.
So it's a turnover on the Abes. Warren Lincoln in this game just turned it over for the first time. Been a pretty clean game. Northview has turned it over, but just twice. Ryans, rebound Moses Blackwell, and that'll end the first.
Ooh, that was a little close from our angle.
True.
That looked like it had the trajectory.
I didn't even look at the officials if that thing was going to count. That was closer than we all thought. Let's go to the second quarter. Grand Rapids Northview, one of the best in the state in Division I. Looking darn good against one of the best in the state, regardless of division, the Abes of Warren Lincoln. Strong start for the Wildcats.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Gotta Get It Player of the Game, proudly sponsored by the Greenbrier, America's Resorts. World-class resort and National Historic Landmark, set among West Virginia's majestic Allegheny Mountains. Off to the second quarter we go. Northview's got an 18-11 lead. Stick, if you're Warren Lincoln, what do you think the message for Wydell Henry was in that huddle in between quarters?
Let's get some assists. That's what I would say it is. Let's move the ball around. 0 assists in that first quarter compared to 4 for Northview. Start moving the ball side to side. Let's get ourselves some easier shots.
You were talking about in their last offensive trip, they actually drived and kicked out for a 3 for the first time all night.
Well, and here you go. This looks like the first set that they've run all night long. So we'll see how this possession plays out. Backdoor cut.
This is Hutchins, a lot of dribbling, but he got all the way to the rim. Athleticism won on that.
Well, there it is, but at least you ran a set, and when all things broke down, then you used the one-on-one. You didn't use the one-on-one, then try to figure it out.
See what the counter is for Northview. It's a Hadaboo roll to the rim, and a nice finish in traffic.
Yeah, sent the double team at Swartz, and he made him pay for it with a smart basketball play.
Back to Hutchins, guy who's going to Northern Iowa. That time he was stopped, and Swartz clears with men behind the play for Northview.
They got a 5-on-3.
Look at Willis on the move. Gave it up to Hadaboo. Clean up, good, and the lead grows. Bucket good for Johnson.
You know, if you slide the scorekeeper $1, that could be an assist.
Maybe $2. Another block. Swartz affecting the game. Lincoln took it away. And they got a roll in. Big bucket for Jimmy Williams. Swartz in the corner. Collided shoulders with Williams. It will stay with Northview.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a turnover for Northview. Fortunately for them, Lincoln got a fingertip on the ball before it went out of bounds. But, you know, you talked about it. Lincoln hasn't played their best game, but they are only down 7 right now. So, you know, if they get streaky, they're right back in this game.
Willis rolled it in through the contact, off to the line.
Yeah, Willis with a nice take there, and that lane has been wide open for Northview. Whenever they turn that corner, look at this. There's nobody in there to protect the paint, and that's the problem with not playing with a true big, right? You're not going to have a guy just down there patrolling, intimidating, blocking shots.
Talented sophomore Anthony Willis, who's into the starting lineup tonight, just completed the old-fashioned three-point play. All of a sudden, Stick, largest lead of the game for Northview, it's 10.
Yeah, that three-point swing when it's 7 always seems so massive, right? The difference between 4 and 10.
It's a mental thing, but it's definitely real. Bozeman, man, it feels like anytime they want, Warren Lincoln can get somebody to the basket.
Yeah, they can. They just got to make sure they finish. And they're, almost an unforced turnover there. But I have been super impressed with Bozeman's length when he finishes.
It's their leading scorer tonight, tied with Hutchins with 7. The Blackwell twins have combined for 1 point.
Oh, great entry
Ryans.
pass.
Oh, good find. Better finish. Cam Ryans. Hello.
You know, we were talking about Batman and Robin when Cam Ryans is going, then if it doesn't work, they throw it to Swartz. This time they get them both involved, and what an entry pass by Swartz there, and a nice finish by Ryans taking the contact.
You said it. This guy at the line, Cam Ryans, a well-built 6'6". It's just tough for guys to stay in front of him.
You know, I hate doing comps all the time, but he does have kind of a Cade Cunningham-esque type body.
That is the best compliment Cam could get.
Well, he's playing like it.
Blackwell to get fouled. So Lincoln's going to get to go back to the line where they've been okay tonight. They're 5 of 8.
Well, they have been forcing their way there. Definitely not afraid for the contact. I mean, shooting 10 free throws with what? Playing 11 minutes of basketball. So they are forcing their way in the lane. It's just they're not shooting a very high percentage when they get there. 6 of 21 for the game so far. 28% from the floor.
It's also the first point tonight from Marcus Blackwell. One of the best players in the state, going to Eastern Illinois. Marcus and Moses last year got these Zabes to the promised land. First state title in school history. These Lincoln Abes, by the way, over the last 3 seasons are 62-12. But they got to work hard here. Down by 9 against Northview. Wydell Henry's team got a different challenge facing them tonight in these Northview Wildcats.
Yeah, just because of the weapons that are with Northview right now. I mean, we've been waxing poetic about Ryan since the tip, and it's going to be tough to slow that young man down. And then when you do, you got to worry about Swartz on the other end. Izzy's already had some impact, so they got some players.
Blackwell to the rim. Marcus has now scored 4 in a row.
And man, their shot chart, everything's in the paint.
And a turnover. Willis with a sloppy pass, and Northview has turned it over a fair amount tonight. That's their 5th turnover.
Yeah, and those are the worst types of turnovers, right? The unforced ones. Nobody was up pressing you. You just kind of launched it a little too hard at your guy. Never want to do a team like Lincoln any favors.
He's doing a pretty good job hanging on to the ball, by the way. They've only turned it over once. Marcus is feeling it. He wants to get his shot off.
You got the same vibe I did. He was looking for a shot there.
Got stopped by Swartz. See if they get him the ball back. His brother Moses to the rim. Oh, a tough roll off, and Swartz clears the rebound for Northview. That would have been a big bucket.
That was a nice take. He's got to make those, and you know that's in his bag. He can.
Coming up on the halfway mark of this second quarter. Good catch inside and a whip outside to Hadabu.
But just look how many people on this offensive possession have already touched the ball. Granted, it didn't lead to much, but you're still making the defense work.
Swartz wants ISO. Hadabu got it back. Rebound to the Abes. They love this. Bozeman. Offensive foul. And these fouls are racking up for Demarion Bozeman.
And that is a monster call by the official. We'll get a better look at it to see here on instant replay. But if this doesn't get called a charge, which he was sliding a little bit, but there was also some goaltending, that would have been a 3-point play.
It's heck of a charge take, though, by Thomas. I mean, Bozeman just barreled into him.
Yeah, these officials, they've done a good job this entire tournament, and they've let them be a little bit physical.
That's the 3rd foul on Bozeman. And they're forced to take him out. Lincoln's been a better team tonight with him on the floor. Ryan's another good drop off. Finish not there, and an Abe's rebound.
Yeah, Johnson's got to take that up strong the minute he gets that ball on that lob. Slowing it down allowed the defenders to get right in front of him and disrupt.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Willis, so it stays with Lincoln, who's been unafraid to go to the bench tonight. Back to the bench they go. Kingston Brown is in for Jimmy Williams, and they're also bringing in Julian Edison, 23, for the first time tonight, as Moses Blackwell gets a quick breather.
Well, if you're going to play this high energy, up tempo, we get the rebound, we're running all the way down the court, you got to come at them in waves.
Big final 3 minutes of the half. Marcus Blackwell again. Back down to 5.
Yeah, Lincoln, I mean, you got to be impressed by how many people can break you down on the dribble on Lincoln.
Ryans stopped. Warren Lincoln again walling up. They got numbers on the run. Blackwell. Long rebound and a save. Edison off the bench. Blackwell the kick. Hutchins didn't get the foul call. They're going to get a 3rd crack here, though.
Some big extra possessions for Lincoln on this trip down the court. Nice find.
Hutchins the miss. They call the flop. They call the flop on Hutchins, trying to get a foul on the 3.
And it's funny because earlier in the possession, the official was telling him, hey, get up, get up, get up. And then he does it again. He's like, okay, I tried to warn you. We're going to call a tech on this. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I don't see how he fell on getting hit on the wrist, so the official's all over that. Yep.
Well, that's a good catch by you that early. I think if you try it once, okay, you try it.
Yep.
You try it 2 times, come on.
Yeah, the first time he did it, the official just went like this, get up, get up, get up. That time, no. And he's going over to explain to the coach, hey, listen, I tried to warn your guy, but if he's going to flop every time, we got to call it.
Whitell Henry doesn't like it.
I don't think I've ever seen a flop called.
Really?
Have you at the high school level?
At the high school level, no. It's been a big deal
Yeah.
at the college level the last couple of years.
Well, I know in the NBA they tried to make it an initiative, the scissor kick and all that stuff, and they kind of went away with it. But I can't remember the last time I saw it called at the high school level.
Well, we were actually talking in an earlier game today about how that's been a point of emphasis. They're trying to get it out of the game. But this is, to my memory, the first time I've seen in a high school game where they've called a flop.
And I think that's what the officials are trying to straighten out here, explain what they just called, why they would call it.
Which, again, when you watch the replay, it looks like the right call. There's not a lot of contact there.
I mean, he hit him on the wrist well after the ball was released. So we'll see. So it's all settled. They talked it out, and it's Northview basketball.
All right, so 2:06 to go. First half. It's been a historic first half for Stick and I. We just saw our first flop technical foul.
But how was it a technical without free throws? It was
Well,
a warning.
He
It was a warning.
signaled T.
Okay.
He put up the T.
Interesting. Always something new.
You truly never know what you're going to get. Cam Ryan's the dump off to Hadaboo. True to him and dumped it off.
Nasty take right there by Ryans, using his physical ability back to the basket in the vision to just drop it off.
Marcus Blackwell, the answer.
It was a beautiful shot over number 12, Izzy.
Ryan's drawn yet another double. Swartz. Rebound. It'll be corralled by Moses Blackwell, who's back in for this final minute. His brother Marcus gave it up. Hutchins, good again. Warren Lincoln can just get to that rim.
Honestly, one-on-one, they have the tools to beat anybody in the league.
But then Swartz on the other end got the contact and the finish. Counter in the first half.
He's like, y'all can do it one-on-one? Well, I can too, plus the contact. And what a fun matchup this has been to watch these two teams play each other.
He got the finish on one end, through the contact on the other end.
The ISO breakdowns on this end.
And we got a developing situation here. Lincoln's getting in big-time foul trouble. Morgan and Bozeman now both have 3 personal fouls. That's their 2 big guys.
I told you, we're going to be talking about that in the fourth quarter. That's going to be a major storyline. And anytime you have, 10 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game, it's going to start showing itself down the road. And especially with Northview, the way they play, they run their half-court set, but they want to get down low. So they're forcing a lot of this contact.
All right, so again, reminder, we do have a shot clock tonight. 35 seconds. So the difference is 19 seconds with the game clock. Let's see how Lincoln chooses to attack this, down by 6.
You think they're going to go for the 2-for-1?
They could, but they don't play with it all the time, so the muscle memory is not there,
Yeah. They just love this ISO offense.
Blackwell thought about it. Got it to his twin brother.
2-for-1 is off the table.
Marcus Blackwell. What a shot. That's a 2. Give credit to Warren Lincoln. They will not go away. Northview going to play for the final shot of the half. Cam Ryans trying to bully his way inside. And he got another one. Lincoln didn't get it off, and that is a strong close to the half for Northview. 2 of the best in the state of Michigan going blow for blow in a very fun first half, Stig.
Yeah, excellent first half. The matchup has been set. We know what Lincoln's going to do. They're going to drive ISO, and now we know what Northview's going to do. Ryans and Swartz, that's the combination, as you see Ryans putting in the bucket before the end of the half.
Welcome back to the Gotta Get It Classic. Time for another special guest here at halftime. It's none other than Riley Travis out of Grand Blanc. And Riley's back for another year as an intern. And you're a Central Michigan Chippewa
Yeah.
during the regular season, but you break to really lead this thing. And this is a big project that takes a long time and a full year to prepare.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Talk about what this all encompasses for an intern that oversees the whole project.
Well, for me, I started at social media around last year, and then I worked my way into developing the website. So I make edits to the website, I do the merch on the website, and really design how the website's going to be built out and look. And it's pretty fun because I have an interest in computer science, so it's allowed me to kind of step my foot in the door of that.
And it's kind of interesting because you're an actuarial science major, which is math
Yeah,
related.
it's essentially math related, yeah.
And then you got the creative side. You're
Yeah.
building websites. Like, that's hard to get, both sides of the brain.
Yeah, it's...
Is that kind of a skill that you know is special?
Well, I mean, I think it's a skill that I've always had because I've always been like left and right brain, and I've always been like very not good at everything, but like I like dabbling my toes in a little bit of everything. So I think, yeah.
She's a
it's good
Chippewa.
fun.
Of course, she's excellent at things. Tell us a little bit more about what we can expect today. Obviously, 6 fabulous games. But what else adds to this atmosphere and this greatness of this tournament?
Well, the shot clock for once. Expect some excitement with that. And just from my experience last year, it's just really smoothly run. Everything runs very smooth, very fun games, very engaging. I know I watched the game, East Kentwood against, I don't know who they played, but it was very, very close game. Nice games.
Lastly, tell us what makes this special from the Thomases. What do they do so well to make this such a great event?
Well, I feel like they really incorporate everyone. Like, it's really a community. It's a village, really, that makes it happen. Like, they got me from Grand Blanc. They've got my other intern. She goes to International. She's from Flint. Like, and we're here in East Kentwood? We're here.
I think we're in East
like,
Kentwood today.
we're in
Grand Rapids.
the Grand Rapids area today. So
Suburban Grand
it's
Rapids.
really like everywhere in Michigan, we're really working as a community together to make this happen, and that's what really makes this special.
Fire up Chips.
Yeah, fire up Chips.
Riley, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All the best. Doing great work as the lead intern here at the Gotta Get It Classic. We roll on at halftime. More coming up right after this.
What's up, y'all? Caden Brown here, combo guard at Grand Valley State University. My favorite memory from the Gotta Get It Hoop Classic was the atmosphere that I was playing in and the level of competition that was in the building. Make sure y'all pop out to East Kentwood on January 11th.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
My daughter, it was the opportunity for her to get the hands-on experience in the kitchen.
It really refuels his passion. He's cooking every day, all day. Every time they make something, he comes home and makes it all over again.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Gotta Get It is a nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. We aim to cultivate resilience in youth and young adults so that they are equipped to be the change we need in our communities. We facilitate programs and coordinate projects that provide opportunities for young people to explore their interests, learn useful skills, cultivate social capital, and develop leadership skills in accordance with our mission to create a sense of urgency to accomplish unforeseen goals without making any excuses.
My time to shine. Got it! Splash! And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Tonight's matchup between Northview and Warren Lincoln, brought to you by Taylor's Home Care Service, proudly serving individuals with physical and mental disabilities in the West Michigan area since 2012. Mission of Taylor's Home Care Services is to promote a comfortable place for growth. Tonight's game also sponsored by Miller Johnson Attorneys, where the growth of Michigan is at the core of our practice. Game 5 out of 6 today, and this could be one that goes right down to the wire. Northview leads by 6 stick, but with the way that Lincoln has been able to get the ball inside basically at will, feels like this game's coming right down to the end.
Yeah, you feel like Lincoln has kind of found their stride. At first, they couldn't really figure out what they were doing, but now you could tell. They know they can break down anybody at 1 through 5. That's what they're going to do, and that's what the small lineup does for you, right? You have a guard essentially playing the center position. You get their center out on the perimeter, you break them down. But looking at some of the stats here from the first half, if we're just talking about Northview, Cam Ryans with 12 total points. Here's what I love for them: 7 assists in that first half to go with 4 blocks. And then you go over to Warren Lincoln. They only got one guy in double digits. That's Marcus Blackwell, but he's 4 of 10 from the field. That's not a traditional game from him. And then you look at the foul trouble. 2 guys in fouls. That's Morgan and Bozeman. And then there you go, your assist total. 0 assists for Warren Lincoln. So you feel like if they can get a couple more teammates involved and they can get that ball moving left to right, they could be right in this game. And then you factor in that they're 0 of 9 from the three-point line. Yeah. That's the difference in the scoreboard in this game. They actually won the second quarter 18-17.
I mean, 0 of 9 from 3. They literally get 2 of them to fall. This game's tied.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in the end and what coaching adjustments were made. So I was telling you at halftime, if I'm Northview, I'm setting someone in the lane. I'm not letting them drive any more one-on-one and spread out my defense.
Oh, tough break. Lewis slipped. And it's going to be Lincoln ball just like that to start the second half.
Yeah, that's a quick turnover, and once again, an unforced turnover. That's what you hate to see if you're a coach.
Keep in mind, too, Lincoln's dealing with foul trouble here. Morgan and Bozeman each have 3 fouls. Bozeman's out there to start the half. Drive and a finish. Hutchins with 11.
Yeah, Hutchins, a gritty guy, an aggressive guy, and as you said, now he's in double digit to go along with Blackwell, and that's what they need. They need a secondary scorer.
Those 3 guys, the Blackwell twins and Hutchins, have combined for 28 of the 31 points.
And a zone defense by Warren Lincoln to come out here in the second half.
See how Northview attacks it. Hadaboo almost lost it. Ryans. Rebound, Blackwell.
I think that's a great coaching decision by Warren Lincoln.
Marcus Blackwell goes out of bounds. Why do you like that decision here by Lincoln? Go to the zone.
Well, because as we've seen, Cam Ryans has been eating them up, getting into the lane. And how do you clog the lane? You run his own defense. So he beats the up front defender. Now you got 2 guys that close on him. So Cam Ryans going to have to make the adjustment to now be the distributor once he breaks down the defense. But at least you're forcing them to respond to you.
Down low Ryans, and this time they do get Kingston Brown in the air and a foul.
Yeah, and there you go. There's the chess match, right? Okay, Cam Ryans, we're not going to use him as the point guard breaking you down. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get it to him on the block and let him use his 6-foot frame that way, 6'6" frame.
We've been talking about Cam all night. He's a heck of a player. 3 years on varsity, started on last year's team. His brother EJ plays at Western Michigan. Broncos have offered Cam Ryans, but he's also got offers from Michigan State and Marquette, and we'll see where Cam ends up going. I know David Chana, their head coach, is happy to have him for this year and next year. Whenever you've got Cam Ryans on your team, you can win some basketball games.
You literally could win a lot of games if you had 5 Cam Ryans, because he's big enough to play down low, but he's quick enough to be your point guard. He's finesse enough to be your shooting guard. Like, he's a prototypical basketball player.
Just got them both at the line. Lead back to 6. Hutchins blocked. Johnson got a piece. Swartz on the move. Brady Swartz. Hadaboo missed it. Rebound. Who wants it? Swartz has got it.
Nice battle for the rebound to give yourself an extra possession.
So Lincoln in this game, 18 boards. Northview has 5 more, 23, and they just got, what, 3 on this trip alone? Ryan slapped it back to Johnson.
See, where I'd like to see Ryan's flash, too, is like the elbow area. This is where you beat the zone right there, where Izzy went to.
They got to move. Shot clock running down. It's at 2. Willis got it with the shot clock running down.
But what a beautiful way to beat the zone, and that's how you beat the zone. They obviously want you to shoot 3-pointers, but when you get to that free throw line, the defense is forced to collapse, and then you can make your decision from there.
All of a sudden, Lincoln in a danger spot. Moses Blackwell didn't feel like his shot.
No, that's one of those, you can get that shot anytime. Why take it there? Especially when your team's, starting to fall behind a little bit. If Larry Brown was coaching this team, he would be benched immediately. Remember Larry Brown, play the right way. Chauncey Billups always wanted to shoot those pull-up threes.
Yep.
Chauncey eventually earned that right, but not at first.
By the way, Stick, as you were talking about, Northview has not really let Lincoln get inside in this half. Blackwell gave it up. This is Bozeman with 3 fouls. He loved attacking that rim in the first half. And he finished again. My goodness, he's so athletic.
It's that reach. He's almost like go-go gadget arms. He just lays it out there and is able to get it off the side.
He's 6'7", and he plays like he's 7 feet tall.
And they are committed to this zone here in the second half.
Northview's gone deep in the shot clock a lot in this half against the zone.
But they still need to get in the middle of the zone.
Swartz got his miss. Threw it to Blackwell. They've got numbers. And the floater good. Just like that, back down to 5.
And they're sticking with the zone. That, you know, even though they allowed 1 3-pointer, that didn't bust it and take them out of it. Coach is thinking that this is going to be the key to success. There it is. That's the flash I'm talking about.
And Ryans, oh man, the roll off, but that's what you were calling for. Bozeman feeling it. And he got stopped on his way to the rim.
Let's see the difference. See how Izzy's just hanging under the rim now for Northview? Getting pulled out a little bit.
Marcus Blackwell. Wanted the 3, but missed it. Swartz, big boy rebound.
So here we go, back to a man-to-man defense now.
Why do you think they went back to man? Ryans right away attacking, and Bozeman got fouled. You think they were just trying to change it up? Did you think they didn't think the zone was working?
I don't know, because the zone has worked pretty much here in this third quarter. I mean, what do they have? 3 points, 4 points, something like that. So I'm surprised they went away from it, but sometimes it's also to trick them, right? You know, get them thinking a little bit more outside of their traditional offense. And it worked. I mean, they got the turnover.
Right. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. And what has been a bit of a bare-knuckle brawl between Warren Lincoln and Grand Rapids Northview.
It's a good way to put it.
Blackwell got Swartz in the air, and he finished. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, Swartz with a defensive mistake there. You got to stay down, let him shoot that 3-pointer. As we mentioned, they haven't knocked down many. So until they do, now they're back in the zone.
Yeah, to your point about Lincoln shooting threes, they are 0 of 11. Swartz, rebound, Hadaboo. But the long rebound to Bozeman. And all of a sudden, Warren Lincoln can tie the game if they hit their first 3. Blackwell feeling it. Long 2, Swartz got him that time. But it went right to Marcus Blackwell, and he got fouled. What a break for the Abes.
And how many times do you see that? An air ball or something like that? I mean, we've seen game-winning shots be airballed and then picked up and laid in. So it's amazing how that happens. Austin Sonnerberg is telling me that got tipped and was blocked. All right, well, either way, it landed right in Lincoln's hands, and they were able to pick it up and get to the free throw line.
How about this quarter, though, for Lincoln, right? The way that they have battled back, they were down by 9 points at one time in the third. They're not down by 9 anymore. These guys are state champs for a reason. Punching up against Division I Northview. And this is a really good ball game.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
These A's won a state title last year. I hope someone told Eminem. He did technically go to Lincoln for like half a year. Pretty cool either way. It's been one of the better programs in Metro Detroit for a few years now. And Stick, they're playing a really good game right now. There's been multiple times it's looked like Northview's going to run away. Northview led by 9 points earlier in the third quarter. But these Lincoln A's, you can tell, they've got championship DNA.
Yeah, Bruce Lee has a famous quote, be water, and that's what I feel they are. They're not going to like just overflow you, but over time, just staying consistent, staying the same, and they're just cutting away until you form the Grand Canyon. We'll see if they come back out in that zone. It looks like it.
They've run zone all but one defensive possession here in the third quarter.
And they've only allowed 5 points so far here. There you go, flashing in the center of the zone.
Swartz got down deep, got his miss, and he goes to the line. Brady Swartz, give him 11.
What a huge possession by Swartz there. I mean, they crowded, Lincoln crowded that baseline. He had to do everything he could to get that ball up and off the rim, able to pull down the offensive rebound. And that's the main thing when you're in a zone, right? You give up offensive rebounds because you can no longer put a body on a body. You're trying to find them when the shot goes up. And that's the 4th foul, I believe, on Bozeman.
It's a team in Warren Lincoln that is height hurt sometimes. Bozeman staying out there because they need size even with the 4 fouls. Marion Bozeman gave it up to Hutchins. Got the foul on Swartz, and Brady said, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was a tough call. I mean, he was staying in front of the defender, able to move his feet, but just at the last second, forced the contact, and he wasn't able to get out of the way. So heading to the free throw line now, put up some points.
You know, this is a fascinating player going to the line for Lincoln, who won a state title last year without Hutchins, but some pieces left. Hutchins transfers in from Oak Park, and the coaching staff Stick says about Gian Hutchins, he's just fitting right in. There's no ego. He wants to be a part of the group. And he very well could be the reason, the difference, they make it back to the Breslin Center again this year.
And you love to hear that, right? Especially in the AAU age of basketball and divas and all that. You love to hear team guys coming in, fitting in, and making the team better.
One more to go, by the way. Orchard Lake St. Mary's East Lansing in the nightcap. That will be an outstanding basketball game. This one pretty darn good, too. Hadaboo, the cleanup, a big bucket.
Yeah, once again, an offensive rebound allowed by that zone.
Hutchins blocked. Swartz sent it back. Now Willis lost it, got it back. And a timeout, a wise one by Northview, as that was a very unsettled 10 seconds.
Yeah, but what a block that was. My goodness, that was a volleyball spike off the backboard. It bounced out to darn near half court. You're going to get a look at it. You know they're driving trail position and whack off the backboard. My goodness. And it gets a little helter-skelter here at the end, but Northville keeps the possession.
Today's event brought to you by Gotta Get It, nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. Gotta Get It facilitates programs and coordinates projects that provides opportunities for youth and young adults across our great state, including in Genesee, Kalamazoo, and Kent counties. Last few years, it's been such a treat for us to be out here at the Gotta Get It Classic, covering great games and great teams like this.
And in a great atmosphere. I mean, look around you. Hardly a seat open in the house.
It's maybe our best crowd of the day.
And when the crowd gets loud and into the game, it's a lot of fun.
Swartz. Hadaboo. Again, he's got it. Look at Izzy Hadaboo. He is working.
And once again, an offensive rebound out of that zone. That may be the thing that breaks that zone. Not the shots they're making, the rebounds.
Lincoln can play for the final shot of the quarter here. Northview's got it back to a 6-point lead.
So about a 1.5 second difference.
They've got Hadaboo a long way from the basket on Blackwell. Blackwell got a step and scored on Hadaboo. They were waiting on that matchup the whole time. Ryans, oh my goodness, that would have counted. Let's go to the fourth. What a ball game. Defending champion Abe's in D2, stepping up and playing D1 Northview, and they are giving them all that they can handle.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Bing, bop, boom, boom.
Grand Rapids Northview, one of the better teams in Division I. They got the talent to get to the Breslin. They've been close the last couple of years. This program in the last 7 seasons has won 114 games. Really the only thing left for them to do is get to the Breslin stick. And this type of game against the defending state champion in Warren Lincoln, these are the type of games where you build up a lot of calluses that'll help when the games are win or go home in late February and March.
It's a gut check game, right? And especially when you feel like you've been playing good basketball, but you look up and you're only up 4 points.
These Abes will not go away. Blackwell starting to eat. Oh, he got the roll off, but Marcus Blackwell here's stick in the last couple of possessions has really liked that matchup on Izzy Hadaboo.
Yeah, and you know, he's up to 16 total points in this game. He shot really well there in that third quarter because, you know, he was, what, 4 of 10 going into it. So he shot really well in the third quarter. Looking at the offensive rebounds in this game now, 9 for Northview, and that's what's been keeping them in against that zone. And here, the big stat to me, actually 2 big stats for Warren Lincoln, 0 assists and 0 3-pointers. Tough to win a basketball game without either of those things.
Yep, they're down by 3 with pretty much the whole fourth quarter to go.
It's amazing.
Blackwell goes 1 of 2 at the line. Lincoln, by the way, is missed 4 free throws in this game. They are 12 of 16. They've gotten to the line a fair amount. Back to man from Lincoln. They played a lot of zone in the third quarter.
See, I would like to see him back down there to that elbow area that we're talking about, especially with a smaller defender on you.
Cam Ryans got to the paint. Long rebound. Hadaboo got it again, but then he threw it away. Hutchins into the front court, now slowing it up. Stick just told you how the Abes have not made a 3 all day. They make one here, we're tied. Blackwell got fouled by Jake Johnson.
And Blackwell's ability to keep his dribble, the little hesitation got Johnson on his heels right here. The little hezzy, oh, okay, here I go. And then just enough to get in front of him.
That's one of those where you can almost hear what he's thinking in his head. There was this moment where he goes, got him,
yeah,
got him.
See you on your heels? All right, I'm by you.
It's another missed free throw for the Abes. They've missed 5 in this game. Wydell Henry's an outstanding coach. Was on the staff at Pershing when they won the state title. Guy who's been at Warren Lincoln for a long time, and he's built a heck of a program. He's built a heck of a team. And right now they're trying to get this game tied. This game has not been tied in the second half. Ryans, good. That man is pure power.
And that was the first time they were able to find him on the block, and he made easy work of it.
Blackwell dribbled it off his shoe. Turnover.
And that's got to be frustrating because he had his defender beat. He was in the lane. That was going to be another nice, easy layup for Blackwell.
Stick, you keep talking about how Lincoln hasn't made a three in this game. They've missed a bunch of free throws.
No assists.
Right, but part of the reason they're in this game, they're hanging out of the ball. That was just their third turnover of the game.
Correct.
They've been efficient in the areas they need to be. Swartz, good take, good finish.
Starting to attack that zone a little bit different. Instead of trying to settle for the jump shot, they're going to the rim.
Back to a 6-point game. 3 on the way. Blackwell got his miss. Another 3. They can't buy one. Swartz the rebound. Trap coming, they pass out of it. Ryans inside. Roll off. Oh, they got the miss with Johnson. And he lost the ball. Marcus Blackwell. Oh, what a pass and a finish. Morgan on the setup and a timeout.
Yeah, Blackwell just breaking down the defense there with the easy assist and bucket. This is what's going to get them into this game and maybe take the lead before the end of it. My time to shine. Got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
David Shauna, the head coach for Grand Rapids Northview, works at the school in discipline. I think a man who was part of the Navy and wakes up at 4:30 in the morning is the perfect man to teach discipline at your school and coach your basketball team. And he's a heck of a coach. 6th season here, and during that time, his team is averaging 20 wins this season.
Some dudes are just different animals. And here you see the press by Lincoln.
Willis hung on to it. He had a turnover to start this quarter. Lincoln ramping up the pressure, but Swartz did get a foul there on Moses Blackwell.
And I like that, though. The Warren Lincoln coach claps his hands like, that's okay. That's what I want. Be aggressive. Put the pressure on them. And you can see they have some trouble bringing the ball up with a ball handler.
It's interesting who Lincoln doesn't have on the floor right now. They don't have Bozeman because, remember, he's got the 4 fouls. They're probably trying to save him for crunch time.
And he's been one of their better scorers in this game as well. So that hurts him on the offensive end.
He's got 9 points, even with basically 3 fouls since halfway through the first quarter. They'll get it down to the block, and Swartz. Rebound out of nowhere. Thomas got it for Northview. The effort inside and another whistle.
Those offensive rebounds just keep piling up and piling up. We're talking 12 offensive rebounds. That makes 13 on the game. And that's, you know, like we said, that's the blessing and the curse of the zone, right? You're collapsing the lane, but you also don't have a man to put a body on, so cutters from the edge can come in and pick up those offensive rebounds.
Any Syracuse fan over the years would tell you it's very tough to rebound out of a zone. I went to Syracuse, hand up. I know it's hard. Rebound Lincoln here. They'll get it to Marcus Blackwell. Got by Ryan, scored again.
Another hesitation dribble and just blows by the defender.
It is a 2-point game again. We have never been tied here in the second half.
This is the guy that's got to make the difference on the offensive end. They're back playing man-to-man defense now.
Adamu to Swartz. And a foul on Marcus Blackwell. He can't believe it.
That's only his second foul, so that's not going to affect him too much. But yeah, he's a little disappointed. I thought he was playing some strong defense as well.
At what point do you think they get Bozeman back in?
What do we got, 4 minutes left in the game? I'm thinking around the 3-minute mark.
Okay.
It's a nice entry pass there.
Back down low to Swartz. Shooting. Hadaboo. Rebound. Off the deck. And a foul. How can you not love Izzy Hadaboo-Zackford in the third and fourth quarter?
I mean, Hadaboo, what is that? That's his 7th rebound of the game. I believe 5 of them on the offensive side of the ball. And he has just been an issue. And you know what? They haven't run a play for him either. He's the type of guy that's just out there. He's getting his own sugar. You don't have to worry about it. And he's going to bring down those rebounds. So those are the glue players that help you be a successful team.
By the way, that was a really big foul on Warren Lincoln. That's the third on Marcus Blackwell. He just picked up 2 fouls in 20 seconds.
So you got Williams with 3, Blackwell with 3, Bozeman with 4, Morgan with 3.
One more for Hadaboo. Second one is good. The Abes are 0 of 14 from 3. Do they dare shoot more threes down the stretch?
Oh, they will. Shooters shoot, man.
The odds would tell you one will drop. Blackwell off his shoes. Hadaboo's got it. How do both teams play this with the shot clock down the stretch in a tight game? Ryans, tough shot. Off the deck, rebound. Swartz missed it. In between the trees, Chris Morgan corrals.
I'd like to see Northview pull a couple of those offensive rebounds out and reset. I feel like they forced a couple of them. Here's a 3.
Oh, he got one! The first made 3 of the day for Lincoln with 3.5 to go. And we're tied.
And that's what shooters do. They shoot. 0 of 11, 0 of 20, 0 for affinity. It does not matter. The step back 3 to tie the game. Warren Lincoln, look out.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Hey, if you're loving our coverage here on the Prep Today, follow us on social media, and if you're interested in an upcoming broadcast, contact us at info@theprepsports.com. It's one of our favorite events all year, the Gotta Get It Classic. A classic brewing. Just over 3 minutes to go, and we're tied for the first time in the second half.
Warren Lincoln coming out with a light full court press, just making them burn some shot clock before they get into their offense.
Ryans with the tough catch. Cam doubled. Out of bounds off of Hadaboo. That is a turnover on Northview.
Yeah, and that could have been an easy layup if Hadaboo's able to collect that and put it in, but Cam just laid it in a little bit too hot. You can tell that once they get in that lane, they're getting frustrated. They don't know what to do with the ball.
Bozeman back on the floor stick, like you said, with about 3 minutes to go. Number 4 for the Abes has got 4 fouls, but they need his athleticism.
There you go, a double pick.
Blackwell trapped. Found his twin, Moses. Hadaboo, big rebound.
It's like Hadaboo's jumping off pogo sticks, man. He just jumps so high.
Remember, we have a shot clock here today. 35 seconds. That's a factor down the stretch. Swartz. Got it! Count that thing and a foul. Brady Swartz, big-time player in a big-time moment.
He's had several shots in the lane like that. The pressure and the physicality has kind of knocked him off making those. This time it goes in, and he's able to get to the free throw line. But more importantly, that is the 4th foul on Blackwell.
So now Bozeman and Blackwell both with 4. You've got to think they're attacking them defensively these final few trips.
Every single time.
17 for Swartz. Hutchins was stopped. Marcus Blackwell with a game-high 23. Corner kick. No good, Bozeman. Northview basketball.
Huge bullet dodged by Northview on that. That was a good look, a good offensive possession once it got rolling. Moses Blackwell came in a little bit hot early in the possession, but they were able to control it and get a nice looking three. It just didn't go down. And now back to the zone for Lincoln.
They pretty much ran it the whole third. They pretty much haven't run it the whole fourth until now. Ryan's the lob. Swartz, the finish!
You've been talking about how to break the zone. Do you get it in the middle of the key? Do you get it to the elbow? Do you break it down? No, you throw the backdoor lob and bring everybody at East Kentwood to their feet.
The guts to do that in a tight game with 2 minutes left. Blackwell got a foul. Northview's not going to like that, but they are going to like watching this back. Ryans to Swartz. Wow.
I didn't know Swartz had it in him like that. Well, my goodness, he was wide open. Get a timeout here by Northview. Whew. Minute 32 left, and this game has been fantastic. Here's the rim rocking view. Alex Westfall on the production. My goodness, what a replay. Is that Chris Armani Rose on the replay? My good, this guy can do everything.
He's like Booby Miles, and he can pass. All right, so what are they drawing up in that huddle right now for Warren Lincoln?
I mean, it's got to be what's been working all game. You got to hope the three-pointer goes down, right? You can't just say we can't shoot any more threes. It's got to be, hey, get the ball at the top of the key, break them down, get in the lane. When the defense collapse, pitch it into one of the corners. It's been there all game long. They just haven't been able to knock it down.
Shot clock is at 35. There's 1:32 to go. Marcus Blackwell on the inbound. How quick do the Abes go? Feels like they're taking a lot of time here. Moses Blackwell rimmed out. It's too early to foul, right, if you're Lincoln?
Yep. Especially with the shot clock. Now, it's still a two-possession game.
Willis for Ryans. Ryans for two. We went right at Bozeman with the 4 fouls.
Yeah, and he did a great thing by sidestepping Bozeman, too, because Bozeman was ready to take that charge.
It'll stay with Lincoln, but all of a sudden the math is not their friend. Down by 7, 54 seconds left.
Yeah, and Cam Ryans, these last 2 minutes of the game, has taken over. He's been very poised, very calm, but you got to give it up to the coach for calling that oop.
Yeah, I'm still over here. Man, like, you try that in the second quarter.
Right.
In a tight game, 2 minutes left, you call the lob play to beat the zone. that takes supreme confidence, both from the players on the floor and the coaching staff, to let them even try it.
But those are the two to do it with, right? If you're going to run that play, the Batman and Robin combination we talked about pregame, those are the guys to run it.
Lincoln inbound. And they threw it away. Willis did not touch it. A Lincoln team that's barely turned it over all day picked a terrible time for their 5th.
I don't know if he didn't touch it. I mean, if he did, it may have been just a fingernail. We'll get the benefit of replay. The officials don't, but it didn't. It was a bad pass regardless.
We'll get a look when we can. Willis. And Bozeman forced a foul. He's just fouled out. Him and Marcus Blackwell, the guys who couldn't commit that foul there, and Bozeman's out.
Yeah, and Bozeman is not happy with that. I mean, he was retreating when the contact hit, but still, he was impeding the offensive player. And, you know, at this point in the game, the refs kind of think you want to foul, right? So that sometimes they call fouls that you really weren't trying to get, but you see that all the time in basketball.
So we've talked a lot in this game about Warren Lincoln and their championship DNA. And if the score holds, I don't think anyone should hold this game against Warren Lincoln. They couldn't hit a three to save their life. There were a lot of things that went against them, but they hung in this game. What do you take away, though, if you're Grand Rapids Northview from a game like this?
I mean, you take away that we adjusted to the adjustments, right? We were beating them man up. They switched to a zone. We were able to fix it, and we were able to find a few things within that zone. So I think they've learned they can win multiple ways in this game against an elite team. And here you see the drive once again, getting an and one.
Yeah, that, by the way, is the last thing that Northview wanted to happen.
Yep.
This could turn into a 5-point game, and the math for Lincoln gets better. A missed free throw, though. That's been a problem all night. Northview breaks the press. And a foul call on Morgan. Lincoln in this game, a game that came right down to the wire, went 1 of 18 from 3, had 2 assists, and missed 6 free throws.
Yeah, and we were talking about it. Listen, if you win a game with 1 assist and 1 3-pointer, you're doing something crazy that is hard to do. So that's a large hill to overcome. And to only be down 6 points and to make this a competitive game all the way through with all those things working against you, that's a credit to how tough Lincoln is. And they show it, man. One-on-one, I think they're the best starting 5 that I've seen because they can break you down at any position one-on-one.
Missed them both. Lincoln's got a pulse. Blackwell got Swartz in the air and scored. That man is a born bucket getter.
His 27th point of the game to go along with 7 rebounds. He has been the man on a mission today for Warren Lincoln, keeping them pretty much in the game.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Warren Lincoln won't go away. It's a 4-point game, 24 seconds on the clock. Swartz caught it in traffic. Numbers killing a lot of time here.
Swartz wanted another alley-oop on that one.
Yeah, they did. Hutchins will commit the foul there. That was a really big sequence there. So the Abes a couple of times close, couldn't get the turnover, and Northview in the process killed about 12 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you got to go for the steal. You got to sell out for it. And when you do, unfortunately, you put them at the free throw line to help extend the lead if they can knock them down.
They've missed 3 in a row.
Well, it still makes it a game. I mean, 13, 14 seconds left. We've seen crazier things.
The Abes won here last year on a buzzer beater. Do they go 2 or 3? They'll go long. Jay, that's good. It's a 2, and Lincoln calls a timeout. It is a 3-point game, somehow, with 7 seconds left. I mean, this Abes team, you talk about fighters.
They are the Michael Myers of high school basketball teams. They just keep walking you down. No matter how you think you've won, no matter how far you think you got away from them, you turn around, it's like, oh, what are you still doing here?
And unfortunately, Jamie Lee Curtis is not here today at East Kentwood.
That is unfortunate. But you know who is? Mr. Blackwell. 29 points, 7 rebounds to keep them in the game. Unfortunately, he just hasn't had much help. I mean, the next closest scorer, Hutchins, 13, but that seemed like a quiet 13 that he got. It didn't really seem like that was a focal point. Then you run down the rest of the scoring. Only 4 other players are doing it. So it's really tough to do a one-man show. But if anybody could do it, it's Mr. Blackwell.
Warren Lincoln out of that huddle real quick. Northview took its time coming out of the huddle.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see who they have inbound the ball.
Who would you have inbound it?
Cam Ryans. I mean, he's tall. He's going to see over anybody trying to guard him, and that is who they're having inbound it.
Got it to Swartz on the baseline. What a smart play. They got a catch on the baseline with Swartz, who then threw it in back to Ryans. Watch this thing back.
And it was tipped, though. This almost was a turnover. And you know what? If you're Warren Lincoln, you maybe could have trapped Swartz on that baseline, too, without having to foul. But fortunately, Northview got the ball and are able to shoot free throws. And if he knocks both these down, it's pretty much curtains.
They have missed 4 out of their last 5 free throws. The gym is murmuring. Got that one. Lincoln needs a miracle. Blackwell 3. That's it. The Abe's wouldn't quit, but the Northview Wildcats, a statement win. Trying to get to the Breslin, and that is a resume booster.
You know, before the game, we talked about being a battle of styles in a matchup. I will watch this style in this matchup 100 times out of 100. 2 different teams playing different basketball, but it's so fun to watch them compete.
We're back with our G of the game right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Gotta Get It is a nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. We aim to cultivate resilience in youth and young adults so that they are equipped to be the change we need in our communities. We facilitate programs and coordinate projects that provide opportunities for young people to explore their interests, learn useful skills, cultivate social capital, and develop leadership skills in accordance with our mission to create a sense of urgency to accomplish unforeseen goals without making any excuses.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
All right, we're back at East Kentwood. Our G of the game, as you probably guessed, Brady Swartz. A double-double against one of the best teams in the state. Northview holds off Warren Lincoln in an awesome game. Brady, I got to ask first. So the play of the game, you and Cam, to basically win the game, pull off an alley-oop when you're up by like 2 points with 2 minutes left. How often have you practiced that, and where in the world do you get the guts to even try it in that spot?
I was just feeling it. I was calling that because I knew it was going to work, and they're playing a weak zone because you play zone if you can't guard. So, you know, I just knew we practiced it in practice, so I was like, throw it up there, I'll dunk it.
So in this game, right, Warren Lincoln defending state champs in D2. They're one of the best teams in the state. In a game like that where the Abes would not quit, we were joking on the broadcast, they were like Halloween, the boogeyman, Mike Myers, they wouldn't die. When you're in a game like that as a player, when you're trying to finish off a team like Warren Lincoln, what are you thinking about?
You know, you just got to keep playing as a team, keep playing together, and, you know, just keep going, and it's going to end well. So,
what do you think a win like this on a stage like this says to the entire state about you guys being contenders for a D1 state championship?
You know, we're a great team. We knew that from the start. We were just figuring stuff out, and it's a great environment. You know, Warren Lincoln, they're a great team. They got great players. You know, we just played together as a team more than them, and I feel like that's how we won.
Then the last one, this is very selfish, so forgive me here. Brady doesn't know that I also call the ESPN games at Western, so watching you to play today, man, very excited to watch you play at Western next year. They're getting a good one, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Brady Swartz, G of the game, future Western Michigan Bronco, but he's still got a lot of stuff to accomplish at Grand Rapids Northview. They hold off Warren Lincoln in an awesome basketball game on a Saturday night. We're back to show you highlights and get you ready for St. Mary's East Lansing after this.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
It's a great ball game. Grand Rapids Northview, one of the best in Division I, fending off the defending D2 champs, the Abe's of Warren Lincoln, in a great ball game, second to last at the Gotta Get It Classic. One more ball game to go between St. Mary's and East Lansing, and a quick little update for you. Trey McKinney is not dressed. He is in street clothes underneath the St. Mary's basket. He will not play in tonight's game. That changes things for St. Mary's East Lansing coming up in about 15 minutes. But we sign off for now. For Stick, the whole crew, Evan saying thanks for watching this awesome game, Northview and Lincoln, and we'll talk to you for St. Mary's East Lansing in a few minutes.